613. Let's see it.
It's the TV. Oh!
Was it? Yeah, it was the 9. You got $5 and 12 cents. I'll see you at the wheel. We'll be right back, folks. Don't go away. Who's on it with Guardians? I'll take you back.
I gotta get me a pair of pants on. It's cold in here. I'm gonna put a pair of pants back on.
Power. It comes in many different shapes and sizes. When it hits the road, or better yet, off-road, it's Ram Power Days. Pre-order the exact vehicle you want with each shop. Power up the Ram 1500. Get a 2022 Ram 1500 at 0% for 72 months. Hurry in or shop online. This offer won't last long. Visit Ziegler Chrysler Dodge Ram on Stadium Drive in Kalamazoo today. Coming up on the star-powered special episode of Tank. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Neil Patrick Harris?
Welcome to the world-famous Magic Castle here in Hollywood. It's crazy rubbing elbows with rock stars, rubber jackets, and professional athletes.
Fuck is it? I love it. That is awesome. Come behind the paparazzi smash boards and get a glimpse of never-before-seen footage of our brushes with fame. This is a kiss-worthy tank. 99-yard touchdown, baby. All good.
Yes! In my basement, every week is Shark Week.
On Tank.
Celebrity edition.
This is awesome stuff. Tank is here, y'all.
I'm Wade King. I'm Brett Raymer. We're two New Yorkers moving to Las Vegas to follow our dreams. To create underworld.
Victor! I'm stupid!
Our family is the #1 aquarium builder in the world. I was forced into this
I'm gonna warm these up. I gotta put these together.
We call him
Let me do this and do that.
We may fight.
I'm just gonna do video till I react normal. Yeah. Going to in about 2 weeks. Going to about a week.
We can build it.
We're obsessed with building fish tanks. And having such a cool job comes with some cool perks.
Oh, look at this thing, huh? This is the bomb. Of course we love the royal treatment and meeting with clients, such as skateboarders, pastors of mega churches, doctors, and CEOs of major corporations.
And we'd be lying if we said we didn't get excited about celebrity clients.
Phenomenal. It's really phenomenal.
We don't go looking for them, but sometimes it starts to fall into a lap.
Yeah, it's easy when you're lounging in a chair watching daytime talk shows all the time.
Hey, wait! What's up? Oh my God, guys! Tracy Morgan's cold ATM out the building with Shark Tank. He goes, if you guys are watching, get a hold of me, and I want you guys to build me a Shark Tank.
Dude, that's amazing.
Me sitting on my butt watching TV really paid off. We got to do a tank for Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that you caught that. But if any of you celebrities want a fish tank, give us a call.
I've been a huge Tracy Morgan fan for years.
Here's something you guys didn't see when the episode aired. Brett thought Tracy and him were going to hang out at comedy clubs together.
Me and Tracy are a lot alike. I'm as funny as he is. Let's go. Yeah, right. I am. You'll see. Tell him my best stuff. I've been writing lines. I know. Ooh.
Show us where it's going to go.
Okay. I need to kill myself tonight. Tomorrow. I'm gonna work on that later.
Hey, wait a second. Is this the only way in to get the tank in? It's only one way in and one way out of Tracy Morgan's man cave. Oof. Oh boy. A little tight. Yeah, it's gonna kind of limit us a little bit. I'm surprised you fit down these stairs, Wade. So this is the room that rocks and I want the tank. This whole wall.
How am I going to get down the steps?
We can figure out a way to get it down. Yes. My man wants what he wants. We're going to give him what he wants. Yeah. You know how many people he's going to tell about this aquarium? How many people are going to come down here? Celebrities, athletes.
needs all kinds of people that are gonna see his help, right? Yeah, Barack Obama might get new giggling. You see that? Wade wasn't thinking big picture. This tank is gonna be seen by a lot of heavy hitters. He got you covered. We're gonna build it right here in this basement.
Yes, Ray always opens his mouth. Now it's a celebrity, he opens his big.
FOP tank. We'll cut it in pieces, walk it in, and build it right here in his basement. FRP, it is. What's that FRP?
Fiberglass reinforced plastic. We can actually make the tank in Vegas, and the tank will be finished. We'll have to cut the tank in pieces that we can actually carry downstairs. This whole thing would be fiberglass with windows that you look into.
Yes. I think that's incredible.
But a big tank in a small basement, that was just the beginning of Tracy's wish list.
The theme I want to be Jaws. Because I love that movie so much. With Richard Dreyfuss in the cage. I want the whole tank to look like a sunken orca. A sunken bully, a partially eaten swimmer. Body parts. Can I get like a 20-foot great white? I love sharks. When I look at my tank, I want to be able to say, smile, you son of a bitch.
Our first job was to translate Tracy Morgan's speak into something that was actually possible on planet Earth.
But job one is always to keep the client happy, so we decided to pull off the impossible.
The plan was to build the body of the tank with individual pieces of fiberglass, which we'd assemble on site. 3 acrylic windows would give Tracy the perfect view as predators in the sea. We'll stock the inside of the tank with grizzled body parts and shipwreckage. Then the orc would be built on the outside of the tank. Back at the shop, we formed the acrylic windows, made some body parts from an old lint, and shipped the tank in 23 separate pieces.
Then we puzzled them together and tried to weasel them down the stairs.
Are you serious?
Only fit in the door.
It took us tearing down the whole and ripping out the handrails to get the pieces to the basement. Once to the walls. We should have just yelled shark. That would explain the mess.
Really? You think you're just as funny as Tracy with that material?
Admit it, me and him connected on many levels.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta get one of these at the office.
Yeah, you had such a connection. Tracy told me you were outside bragging how hard of a worker you are.
You know, some people don't realize like how it is to be above and beyond. You know what I'm saying?
That's your funniest material.
You can look cool on this. This is yours. Put your hand on there. Well, put 1 foot on there. Easy. Put another hand up on there. And lean your body forward. Weight distribution. Now, if you want to stop, lean your heels back.
All right, so forward moves me forward.
Yes. I hope he doesn't steal my segue.
While you were out playing around, me and the install team got the rest of the tank on and filled with water.
Hey, it got done. Don't bite my arm off.
Let's get this arm in. We'll fill it up with water. It's gonna sink now, Red.
Now that looked like a proper shark attack. All that scene needed was some sharks.
Huh. Extra.
Let's go get Tracy. Let's do it.
This is crazy. This is so cool. Yes. Totally exceeded my expectations, man. Spielberg couldn't do it better than that. Look at the shots in there, man.
You know, that's a white tip shark. It comes from Bali.
It's my white tip.
Look at the Japanese efforts up there as well.
He's beautiful. Here in my basement every week is Shark
Eat
Week.
this shit.
Holla. Up next on Tank Celebrity Edition,
Yes!
some footage you never got to see when our Kiss episode aired. And later,
I want the most magical tank that you guys have ever made.
coming right up, Mr. Harris. And that's no hocus pocus.
Ooh, it's almost noon.
Before the fall. Before the
Everything else on TV. Everything else on television. Pretty much
before the exam.
this.
The cast.
So I'm just using a big 18-gauge needle to poke through. The officer would like this on a dogger cat. It's not great.
Junkyard Empire.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This always ultra thin is the best yet.
Resume.
It makes gushes.
Eat an orange.
That's fresh oil.
Drawing its way down, yeah. It's unreal.
This is honestly the worst oil leak I have ever seen in my life.
got stuff up ready to go. Got a third
In
one jump.
1939, my great-grandfather was lynched in Tennessee, and his murderers walked free. Injustices like that echo down the generations, and so it's up to us.
Yeah, because your grandfather was black.
Justice in the here
Yeah, because you're black. That's why. That's why. White people always get caught with everything because everything's bullshit. That's why. If it's a white person shot your brother, that's why, because you're black. That's why. No one gives a care.
Justice for today and a justice for generations.
That's why you're black.
Pasco and collect adventures you'll never forget in the new Monopoly Travel World Tour game. Strawberries, blueberries, and the cherry on top. Fairlife, with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a creamy taste, turns scrumptious into scrumptious. Fairlife, ultra filtered milk.
Hey, Mom, want to help save our planet?
Sure.
Maybe you can commute by bicycle. Can you eat chicken?
Yes.
Delicious do-good chicken. Fight food waste and combat climate change from your kitchen.
This is honestly the worst oil leak I have ever seen in my life.
I mean, the person who owned this car must have just seen it dripping on the ground for months. Like, this is, I mean, all this right here, this is all...
That's caked on with road grind.
Yeah, I mean, that's road grind on road grind.
While we're under here, we might as well drain it just to see what's in the oil pan, if anything.
This Audi's burning so much oil, I want to make sure there's no contaminants inside the engine oil. That's going to say that this engine's completely toast. Let it rip, buddy. Well, new oil. It's like really, really, really clean.
It looks amazing, actually. Came out really clean. There was no contaminants.
Just hope it slows down before the bowl fills.
And it's really filling up fast. How much oil is in this thing?
There is so much of it. I mean, it's got to be at least 12 quarts of oil in a 7-quart system. That is just crazy. It's filling up so much that it's not able to go down into the oil pan fast enough. So I have to shove my pinky finger inside the drain pan to hold all the oil back so that we can go ahead and strain the rest of it down. This is an epic amount of oil. I'm starting to wonder if this thing's just so overfilled with oil.
That was the whole problem?
What are you doing, Andrew? I'm looking for some mufflers. For what? The Nova. The exhaust is all rotted out, and I thought this car had some brand new mufflers on it. That's why I'm looking. Dave called me and told me the exhaust is toast on the Nova.
Yeah, mufflers are hammered. The exhaust system's completely rusted out, and we're gonna have to cut all this crap out of here.
I'm trying not to spend a ton of money on this thing, so I'm going to go into the junkyard and see if I can find what I need.
You've been working on that Nova for 25 years.
Yep, the back half is the only thing I have not done, and now I'm doing it.
I can't believe he's still looking for parts for this car. He has put so much love and so much labor into this thing, so it's time to fix it right. You ought to think about getting some new mufflers and pipes on.
I just thought this one had it, but somebody already got them. They're out.
Well, then that'll shove you to new. This is not the time to penny pinch. That's your baby, man. You gotta put new mufflers on. Usually I give them a lot of grief on the build, but this time I gotta give them a little bit of love.
You're all right, Dad.
That'll be your Christmas present.
Yeah, sure.
Every day's Christmas for you.
I can't believe my old man said yes to new parts. I'm writing this on the calendar because this is a day to remember. Pick the checker up when we're done.
Oh, I'd love to. Life begins at 100,000 miles.
One time when I was 15, almost 16 years old, my dad brings home a beautiful white Chevelle convertible. Tells me, here's your first car. Man, I was happy as can be. Next day, he gives me a psych, drove it off.
I made him feel good for 24 hours. That's what a father does.
So Tim and I came down here to Richmond today to hang out with the guys from JT Spirit Racing. These guys drift for a living, and we wanted to find out what it's all about. We're going to see if we have what it takes to take the cars out. You been doing this long?
Yeah, about 10 years. I lived in Japan for about 3 years and brought all that experience back over to the U.S.
That's really cool, man.
We'll start with some donuts and figure eights and get you guys dialed in for the full circuit.
Let's go, man. I'm ready for some fun.
All right, Andy, we're just going to head over here. I'm going to show you how to do some donuts.
Okay.
So we'll come in here. So right now I got full throttle going the whole time. So you can hear the throttle, it's very consistent. If I let off throttle, it'll come in towards the cone a little bit. And all of our Burger King runs will come off.
I'm dizzy.
I know, I'm dizzy too. Good thing we had the helmets on.
These guys really know what they're doing. He's got perfect control of the car. He's put the car exactly where he wants it. He's slowing it down, speeding it up.
You ready to give it a go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Let's do it.
I just didn't think it was that hard, but it's actually a lot harder than it was.
Like the throttle. Just maybe not quite as much throttle because you can hear that limiter.
All right.
So let's give it one more try.
Nice job.
All right.
That's great.
Not bad, old man.
Tim actually did pretty good, better than I thought. He must have gotten lucky.
Old man do better than you.
Let's do it. Good, more throttle, buddy. Hold the throttle consistently and let the pitch of the car be sideways.
So I get out there, I start doing donuts, and you know what? It takes a lot of hand-eye coordination. Pretty difficult.
He's fighting it. I really didn't think he was going to have that much of a hard time.
Too much steering.
Too much steering.
I guess he's not as good as he thinks he is.
All right, so try to keep the throttle a little more consistent, not as much on, off, on, off.
Got it. It took me a little while. I got a little dizzy, but I finally got it down.
There you go. That was good though.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, if you lost some weight, you'll be able to burn the tires a little bit more.
Thank you.
But we're going to practice a little bit more, do some more donuts, we're going to do a little bit of figure eights, and then we're going to see if we don't have enough to go over to the big track.
How much oil is in this thing? I'm starting to wonder if Andy's Audi just so overfilled with oil.
So that was the whole problem? Well, it's finally starting to slow down, which is a good sign.
I'm hoping that someone just way overfilled this engine, and then all these issues that we're having, like all these little pieces that we're finding are like just stuff from, you know, inside the motor that's just kind of being washed out. But it looks like it's pretty set. So we should throw some new plugs in this thing and put in 7 quarts.
We're gonna get back to square one. We're gonna fill this engine oil back to the proper capacity, put new spark plugs in it, fire it up, and hopefully everything smooths itself out.
Well, that's starting a lot better.
Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, here we go. Good news is the engine's running again, and it's running pretty well. The bad news is it's billowing smoke out of the tailpipe. This is bad.
Something's still not right with Andy's Super Deal Audi, and the only thing left is to pull the supercharger and make sure we have a good working motor. I hope this isn't a smoke signal of death for the build.
Wow, that is really bad.
It's not good, man.
Thanks, North. Thanks, you work. Yeah, listen there.
So nice you guys could stop by.
We really need new floors, but Gary's so tight with the budget.
It's actually a lot less than we thought.
This is nice.
It's time to love your floors. Lumber Liquidators is now LF Flooring, your expert from inspiration to installation. Right now, save 10% on waterproof floors.
Try 4 minutes. Good, no. Wait. Cancel. Wait. Start. Let's try this.
Make more good in the all-new Sportage X Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
If you have thyroid eye disease, and the pain in your eyes burns like a red-hot chili pepper, Your inflamed eyes are so watery, they need windshield wipers. It might be time to discover another treatment option for thyroid eye disease, also known as TED. To learn more, visit treatednow.com. That's treatednow.com.
Ever wonder what everyone's doing on their phones? They're banking with Bank of America.
His girlfriend just caught the bouquet, so he's checking in on that ring fund. Oh, that photographer? He's looking for something a little more zen. So he's thinking I'll open a yoga studio. And as for the father of the bride, he's checking to see if he's on track to do this all over again. And again.
Digital tools so impressive, you just can't stop banking. What would you like the power to do?
Hey, check this out.
I wanna try.
Jesus. When it comes to electrifying the long haul, we're thinking of every mile. The Hyundai Ioniq 5. It's your journey.
Oh, baby. Out of the way. Since the Audi's still a smoke show, even after we change the oil and plugs, my buddy Aaron's helping me get eyes under the supercharger to make sure the engine's okay. Wow. There's like 2 inches of oil right here on the engine.
That's a good thing it didn't catch on fire.
It's never good to see oil on top of the engine, but at least it's not coming out of the cylinder head or a cracked block. But it is coming out of the PCV system, so we know we gotta change it.
What we're gonna have to do is remove the thermostat, remove the
Ooh,
pipe,
news is on.
do the thermostat housing, and then we can get PCV assembly out of the way.
I'm going to watch a photo
These
video.
are $9.95 plan. Are you between age 50 and 85? You can get whole life insurance with options starting at just $9.95 a month.
Do I have to answer health questions to get it?
So I need
There are no
Dayquil.
questions. You cannot be turned down for any health reason.
So I need to down the list of it.
How long does this policy last? Our $9.95 plan is permanent protection.
Can my rate increase later?
Never. Once you're insured, your rate is locked in for life. You can get whole life insurance with options starting at just $9.95 a month. Have you thought about life insurance but put it off? Don't regret what you didn't do yesterday. Call now and feel great about saying yes today.
Call now and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Call 1-800-482-9000 now for free information and your free gift. That's 1-800-482-9000. Call now.
Want to wake up to smoother, brighter skin day one? Olay Retinol 24 recharges my skin while I sleep. No wonder it was awarded Best Night Cream. Night mode activated. Olay, face anything.
Not flossing well? Then add the whoa of Listerine to your routine. New science shows it gets in between teeth to destroy 5 times more plaque above the gum line than floss for a cleaner, healthier mouth. Listerine. Feel the whoa.
New Monday.
You trust me?
Drop it now.
A new NCIS Hawaii, Monday 10, 9 Central on CBS.
New Wednesday. This is a real competition.
There's no other experience like it.
Shall we get into it?
There are no second chances on this race.
Survivor, The Real Love Book, and The Amazing Race. New Wednesday on CBS.
Back, everybody. There it is for the summer deal. The $25,430 actual price, $37,661. Difference of only $12,231. Eduardo, you bid $35,400 actual price. $53,000.
Damn!
Difference of $17,927. Glorious. Just won $41,940 of the prizes. Congratulations, Dennis.
Damn! 50 grand for some of the prizes? Damn!
You're going to be seeing double. We got double the prizes, double the contestants, twins, and a very special guests tonight at 8 o'clock. Please tune in. Thanks for joining us today. Great hour with you. It's always a blessing to spend the hour with us. We appreciate it. Please get defense state or neutered up to control the pet population and take care of yourselves. We can see you next time on The Price is Right. Love you guys. Bye.
Hey.
This is George Gray speaking for The Price is Right, a Fremantle production.
This is 3 Rock Concam. Work hard, go reduce your sentence. This is a real baptism by fire. I want to succeed, but I can't do it here. Why is that? Because this is my hometown. You're going. I send you right back to prison.
I thought you were dead.
I'm finding something to live for.
Fire Country, Friday, October 7th on CBS.
You do your job. You save people's lives. You reduce your sentence. Early parole.
Never give up.
Beyond this gate is actually the border with Ukraine. We've seen people not just opening their hearts to Ukrainian refugees, but their homes. Where will you go?
In West Michigan changes fast.
Tremendous thunderstorms right now.
And when severe weather hits our community hard,
Huge rainstorm.
trust the News Channel 3 Weather Alert Network
System is potential for flooding.
to protect and alert you.
One has the money, the other wants the power. And together, Betsy
We're not gonna
DeVos
kill
and
you, we're not
Peter
gonna-
Dixon's agenda would have devastating
You
consequences for you.
if you do what you do with us,
Millions from
let
DeVos
it go,
and
and
her
you'll be
family.
fine.
Dixon's
What do you mean?
plan would
What
give
do I
away
have to do?
huge tax breaks benefiting the wealthy,
All you do
like
is
DeVos.
you have to act.
And
If
could
you act,
stick
then you'll be
with
fine.
higher sales taxes and higher property taxes.
We're not going
to
to kill
pay
you.
for
We're not going to hurt you. You're going to be an
Backed by
actor.
Betsy DeVos and her
We want
billions.
you to tell your
Peter
daddy
Dixon will
to stop
never
being
work
an
for
idiot.
you.
Tell him, call your father. Tell him to stop doing this. Or come back. Come back. You'll be fine. Come back. You're scared.
The internet doesn't have to be so creepy. DuckDuckGo is a free all-in-one privacy app with a built-in search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, and more. Stop companies like Google from watching you by downloading the app today. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Thank you.
For making our evening news number
You
1
already got
in West
told
Michigan.
that's when Ukraine, or the United States. I'll be shocked.
After more than a day of deliberations, the jury reaches a verdict in the Kalamazoo Township double murder retrial.
My name's Howard Milton. This
Taylor
is
McMillan's fate.
Ian, now a hurricane once again, where it's expected to hit land
Miss
this
Putin.
afternoon.
Tell your
And
father.
there's 12 hours left for the government to pass a bill preventing a government shutdown. What needs to happen before midnight? News Channel 3 Live at Noon starts right now.
Covering West Michigan to protect and alert you. This is News Channel 3, live at noon.
And thank you for joining us on News Channel 3 Live at noon. I'm Kirk Mason.
And I am Kristen Aguirre, and we are following some breaking news this hour. A Kalamazoo County jury acquitting a man charged in the murder of a Kalamazoo Township couple in 2020, finding him not guilty on all counts.
News Channel 3's Mike Krasick was in the courtroom for the verdict. He joins us live now outside the Kalamazoo County Courthouse with reaction from stunned family members of the two victims. Mike?
Yeah, Kirk.
Yep, thanks, Bert. Oh.
Into tears moments ago in the courtroom after those not guilty verdicts were read. DeCario, McMillan's own sister, testified against her brother at trial, saying he pulled the trigger that led to the deaths of Bashir's and his girlfriend. McMillan faced 2 counts of murder in a case where his brother was already convicted months ago. And in the end, the 19-year-old will walk out of here as a free man. Jurors finding McMillan not guilty on all 4 counts, including 2 counts of murder in the armed robbery and shooting of Floyd.
I got nothing but cheese on this thing.
McPherson in Kalamazoo Township back in December 2020. Jurors already convicted McMillan's brother, D'Angelo Davis, in June. Tanisha McMillan, their sister, testified against Davis and DeCario at their trials. DeCario's defense attorneys argued the evidence was only witness testimony, no physical evidence. We talked to Bashir's aunt following the verdicts. She says she remains in shock right now.
People testified against him. I mean,
His sister doesn't have a reason to lie on her brother. How did they reach the verdict of not guilty?
No evidence that he did anything other than what somebody else said who has everything to gain by putting him there. So I'm really hoping that they listen to the evidence and the lack of evidence, because that's what I think it came down to.
Megan.
Dacario, Tanisha McMillan, and D'Angelo Davis were the three siblings originally charged with murder in the case, but in the end, prosecutors walk away with just one murder conviction. Tanisha McMillan will be sentenced Monday as part of her plea deal, and it's expected at that point she will also be out of jail, walking free. Live in Kalamazoo, Mike Cravesink, News Channel 3.
All right, thank you, Mike. We're now taking a live look over Kalamazoo. Just a beautiful, gorgeous afternoon. Now bringing meteorologist Will Haney. Well, it could be shorts this afternoon, but a different story certainly for high school football tonight.
I mean, unless you're Kirk Mason, then I hear you rock shorts pretty much all the time, right?
That's my secret. You weren't supposed to say anything.
Yeah, no, it's definitely shorts worthy this afternoon.
Good.
Kind of nice change to some of the chillier days we've had as of late. We're already in the low 60s, but with that sun, I always feel like that just makes such a difference, right? It makes it feel maybe even a few degrees warmer than that actual air temperature. Here's the view right now on satellite and radar. You can see we have clear skies across the Great Lakes. Obviously, a different story across the southeastern United States, where Hurricane Ian nears the South Carolina coastline as we speak. We'll have an update on that here in just a little bit. Temperatures, though, anywhere from the upper 50s in a few remaining locations. Most of us, though, in the low 60s already. We're going to top off in the upper 60s in just a few hours, feeling lovely. And it's good weekend weather for some apple picking. Kristen, she's going to do her Michigan thing. She's inducted into Michigan apple picking culture this weekend, and so I had to throw this in there. Upper 60s today, 70 tomorrow, a bit cooler on Sunday. We'll detail the forecast for football fever within the next 6 minutes.
And Hurricane Ian expected to make its third landfall today. 19 people confirmed dead in the U.S. after it touched down in Florida as a Category 4 storm.
The hurricane weakening to a tropical storm yesterday morning, but then regaining strength as a Category 1 hurricane today. And now officials warning the danger far from over as it takes aim at Georgia and the Carolinas.
CBS's Michael George is just south of Charleston, South Carolina, where Ian is expected to make landfall later today.
Seeing the damage Ian has already done, residents just north of Florida are doing their best to prepare as the storm heads their way.
It's going to be blowing strong winds. It's going to be all over the state at different levels.
The National Hurricane Center warns Ian could produce life-threatening flooding, storm surge, and strong winds from Georgia up through North Carolina.
This storm can still be dangerous and even deadly. Heavy rains, up to 7 inches in some areas, are likely to bring flooding. Landslides are a threat in our mountains, and there's a chance of tornadoes statewide.
In Bryan County, Georgia, conditions on the water started getting rough midday yesterday.
Oh, wow.
The Coast Guard helped rescue a man in the Ogeechee River who was trying to secure his jet ski when he got pulled out to sea.
You see these waters out here, you need to be careful, you need to stay off of them.
The southeast coast of South Carolina is expected to take a direct hit. This is a region known as low country, filled with saltwater marshes, waterways, and beaches, areas that are already prone to flooding. A storm surge here could be particularly devastating. Lisa Sanez and her 2 sons fled to the Charleston area from their home in Tampa. They were trying, unsuccessfully, to steer clear of Ian.
My sister, actually, she brought us out here to get away from the storm, so.
And now it's headed this way.
It's headed this way, and I don't know, we're gonna hunker down here. We are storm chasers.
Unintentional.
Unintentionally.
Forecasters do expect Ian to rapidly weaken starting later today as it moves inland across the Carolinas. Michael George, CBS News, Folly Beach, South Carolina.
President Biden already declaring an emergency in South Carolina and ordering federal assistance to supplement state, tribal, and local response efforts. Meanwhile, rescue crews are hard at work rescuing those trapped in flooded homes and buildings left in ruins.
We have rescued upwards of 200 people so far. Talked to the fire chief yesterday. He feels pretty comfortable that we've gotten everybody.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says at least 700 rescues were conducted throughout the state, most of them by air.
And an update this afternoon on the power situation in Florida. As of this morning, there are roughly 1.9 million people without power. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says more than 40,000 workers are on the ground right now.
2 million people have no
working to
power.
restore it. He says 117 healthcare facilities that lost power have had their power restored.
Meanwhile, Cubans now taking to the streets in protest, banging pots and pans as they remain without power for another day. Hurricane Ian hitting the island Tuesday, and its power being wiped out along with it. The Associated Press says around 400 people gathered last night in Havana, shouting, "We want light." Internet is still not working, and neither are cell phones. Cuban officials say they began restoring power Wednesday.
The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services is providing 289,000 additional COVID-19 tests. The department says it will provide 58,000 tests to households located anywhere in the state for free. Each home will receive one kit containing 5 tests. The new test made available through its expanded partnership with the Rockefeller Foundation. Michigan households can get their free test by going to accesscovidtests.org. accesscovidtests.org.
And suicide rates in the U.S. rose in 2021, following the 2-year decline. The CDC reported today about 48,000 people died of suicide in the U.S. last year. That's nearly 1,700 more than the year before. Researchers finding overall men are 4 times more likely than women to die from suicide, a gap that continues to grow in 2021. Suicide rates have been rising for decades.